Well, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world, wonderful stargazers. If you're watching this today, it's probably because you're ready to hear what I've got to say. So welcome to Soul Whispers. I've chosen some cards. I could have chosen a lot more cards today, but I want to try and keep it to under an hour. I know my last video was very long and, not so many people watched it. I think they saw it was 90 minutes long and thought, nah, not for me. Which is a shame because we've just had a complete bridge of supermoons and this is the last full moon of 2025. It is a supermoon in Gemini. And it's the final one for the year before we step into year one. Why do I say year one? Well, this year's been year 9 because the numbers add up to 9, and next year the numbers add up to 10. So if you take the naught away, it's a 1 year. Yeah. And it's been a journey. I know for a lot of you, it's been cathartic, if that's the right term to use, but it's also been memorable for many reasons, and I think it's tested our resilience and what we showed up for, and was it our ego leading us or was it our soul? There's been a lot to think about and contend with, and that hasn't been easy for many of you beautiful star seeds in meat suits. So what else can I say? Sup my tea as well. You know me, I like my tea. So the full moon is on the 4th. I will be putting this up on the 3rd. So if you're reading it on the 3rd, you'll be heads up. If you're reading it on the 4th, it's okay because you've still got the 5th to implement anything if you haven't done so already. So it's time to claim it, guys. Own it, claim it all your resilience and all that you've stood up for this year. Claim it, own it, put it to bed if you need to. Just allow yourself to, I suppose, to be whole. You're not something that is one-sided. You're not just the dark side of you or the light side of you. You're both. You're not the creative or the intelligent. You're both. You may have more intelligence than creativity, but creativity would give you your intelligence in some shape or form. I hope that makes sense. So, take time out on the 4th or the 5th, reflect and honour yourself and everything that's happened around you this year. Release all that doesn't serve you, please. Just release it. I've had to release a lot of stuff too. We've got 2 planets that are direct at the moment. We've got Saturn, which redefines the situations that you are treading the path of. We've got Mercury retrograde, that's the one that we all talk about often, don't we? Which is highlighted a lot of truths this time. It was a short one, but it had quite an intense pre-stage and an even more intense post-stage. And we're in that post-stage now until the 16th of December. We also get Neptune going direct on the 10th of December. So that's about receiving an act. You've done the work. You've got rid of what doesn't serve you. You're having your rest and recuperation on the final full moon of 2025, and then Neptune comes in with this forward motion like a flood. I hope we don't get any floods. There probably will be some watery things about. There started to be now with us, to be fair. So it goes direct on the 10th, and that's about you putting your hand out to receive, and then once you've received, you act on it, you get going, you do what you need to do. Okay, so that's a bit shorter background because we're at the end of this bridge. As I've said, the pinnacle was November, and now we're ready to move forward for 2026. Wow. Let's do a little bit of, I'll just move my tea, otherwise it tastes of beautiful nighttime flowers. bit of moon spray to bring in all that needs to show. I've also remembered this time to bring my hagstone in. So when it's a full moon, I look through that, and new moon actually, and I ask one for me, one for the universe, one for a friend in need, and I always say thank you, and I always tell her how beautiful she is, because she really is. That's a truth, a definite truth. If you find one of these, you can pick them up or in riverbeds sometimes if you live near a really good river, fast flowing river. Don't put yourself in any danger, please. But often you can pick them up on the coast after a really good storm. You know, they wash in, and if you find one, it's meant for you. If you find one with a stone inside it, I always think it's somebody's wish that's already been granted. It's taken. You can't use it anymore. I have got a few that have got stones inside, because I just thought it's confirmation that wishes do come true, I guess. Right, okay, so cards, what we're going to go for first. We're coming up for solstice, aren't we? So that'll be on the 21st of December. We'll have a new moon by then, but I think we will have a look, see what light is going to be shining collectively, but also I think there's a big push this time with this arc of supermoons, a really big push for us to stand in our sovereignty, to stand not alone, because we're never alone, but to stand in our own power. Because if we all stand in our own power, there's a collective power, massively collective power. So don't shortchange yourself on your core beliefs. And if your core beliefs need looking at because they're still from when you were 8 years old, then that's homework for you to do. I've just realised that my camera's not quite straight, so I might be looking like I'm on the loppy slightly. Okay, so Lantern of the Oracle by Angelina, what's her surname? Angelina Mirabito. They're really lovely cards. These are very oriental cards. Right, so please, could we have one card for our wonderful people that, I think it's going to be that, but we'll see. Our wonderful people that tap into, oh no, it's this one. Tap into our resource. Weeping Wound, guys. Who's not done their homework? It's an 8 card. So 8 is eternity, isn't it? It's infinite. You are not your wound. Oh, there's a tune going round at the moment on social media. People are doing reels to it. Oh my goodness. It's by, oh, without looking on my phone, I'll put a link to it on this. But you are not your wound. You're not a victim. And if you're choosing to be that, then there might be some learning in it for you to sort of answer some questions for yourself, maybe. So, Weeping Wound, you are not your wound. Let's have a look. What does it say? That was 8, wasn't it? What's it say? My past does not. Can't remember the words now, but it's one of those songs that really sits deep when you listen to it. Yeah, I'll put it up after this. Right, where's my little doofus? Got runny nose today. I think the hay was a little bit more dusty, so I might sneeze and I might need a tissue. But again, it's releasing, isn't it? Oh, thank you, sunshine. Don't need that one at all. Wasn't it beautiful this morning with the mist? Oh, I can't get it off now. With the lovely mist and the jewel-like frozen dewlets on the trees. Oh, it's just amazing. I loved it. Right, so healing happens as our wounds receive sufficient attention, treatment and expression. Wounds stop bleeding once the pain has been known and released. This needs to occur on an emotional, psychological, physical and spiritual level. Until then, no scar tissue can begin to form, leaving our wounds exposed to infection. The maiden remains a prisoner to her pain. Her wounds bleed over her potential, voice, perception and present. I need to just come in here because I saw something that women's health, sorry guys if you've got to listen to this, but actually it might help you as well. So women often find out when they go and have their yearly downstairs assessment, you know, the one I'm talking about, and they're told that they have a womb that is slanting backwards. I'm trying to think what the term is. You're probably all shouting at me, but you know what I mean, don't you? I didn't realise that spiritually that's linked to the throat chakra. And often, if women's wombs are tilted, so they're tilted backwards, so difficult for assessment, the cervix part. So when they're tilted backwards, it's often because they have no voice or they don't trust their voice. So if you are one of those women, find yourself a friendly Reiki practitioner or somebody that works with chakras and see whether they can help your throat and your hara to find your voice. And I heard a lovely story this morning about somebody that's found their voice through having a bit of Reiki. So it's a shout out to all my Reiki mates. If you need, you know, it's not all about medicine. It's not all about taking pills. You know, we are spiritual beings, and I think moving forward we're going to probably be doing a lot more self-help spiritually alongside conventional medicine. It started already, guys. So that's a real nod to that, actually. The maiden remains a prisoner to her pain. Her wounds bleed over the potential, voice and perception and present. She has shown up to support you through a time of safely addressing whatever wounds still bleed over your life. Perhaps you find yourself in a toxic relationship, being mistreated or taken advantage of by your family, friends and those in your workplace. Alternatively, it could, is this resonating with anyone? It could be that you experienced ongoing money issues, challenges with addiction, or never feeling sufficiently acknowledged, heard and regarded. Is this you? Give yourself permission to prioritise tending to whatever outstanding core wounds and false beliefs you have with love and light. Shower your wounded maiden self with compassion. That's what we were just saying, wasn't it? With compassion, where have you gone? Listen to her without judgment. Validate the tears she cries. Feel with her. Access your inherent nurturing and protective mother, guardian and crone capacity to do this. We're at a 9 completion year. It doesn't get any better as a time to sit peacefully now and reflect and release. Because you are whole. You've made yourself whole. You've got to this point in time ready to move forward. Where was it? Assure your wounded maiden self that she is no longer alone with her pain. From a support network with a loved one, a safe friend or a healing professional, your Reiki practitioner, or a mental health expert, or perhaps all four, allow them to bear witness to your story. Often, expressing the depths of our pain to another frees us to experience life beyond the hurt and horror. To have another bear witness to the injured parts of ourselves has the power to release us from the unbearable pain and heal. Once enough scar tissue has formed, wounds can stop opening up in the presence to hurt us all over again. Having drawn this card may also signify a time of being called upon to support someone by bearing witness to their core wounds. Yeah, I think we could all resonate with that, couldn't we? Maiden's message. You are so much more than your wounds. It is never too late to grow beyond them. It is always possible to access the rest of your life without bleeding over it. We all must feel, express and release our way through our pain. There are no shortcuts. But once it is thoroughly done, it is done. Now's the time to get it done. It is hard work over an intense period that takes you as long as it takes. Once completed, the insights, peace, love, light and liberation of being on the other side of your wounds will transform you in unimaginable ways. Your once greatest hurt has the potential to become your greatest power, if and only if you show up for whatever it takes to complete the process. So you showing up, it said that, show up. Your resilience on what you show up for. Own it and claim it all. Your resilience on what you show up for. Got my little script sheet so I didn't forget anything. So you showing up? Come on, it's time. Get up, move around, shake it all off, step away from it. Let the wind blow it away. Wow, that's a really good opening card. It's a very powerful opening card. It's a beautiful deck, that one. Okay, so what did I get that one for? Syrian Starseed Tarot. That's weird because I didn't think I'd picked that one up. I thought I had picked up a starseed, but not this one. I think we'll do this one next. Syrian, there's loads of cards in here, and it's by Patricia Corrie and Alicia Bartha. Right. Syrian Starseed Tarot. Can't get my hands around them because they're really big cards and there's a lot of them. Beautiful cards though. Oh, that's weird. I've done it so that they're facing me. Just turn it around that way. That's better. That didn't feel quite right. I forget where. No, it's Chiron that's moving in the new year. I feel there's a message to do with Syrian. I'll look it up when. Oh, here we go. I've got the card because they're a bit stiff. Sage of Chalices. Sage being wise person, so a wise person of a chalice, which is water. She's in water. We've got Neptune going direct, haven't we? What did I say? Neptune goes direct on the 10th. Receive and act. I'll tell you something. The way I'm talking about this at the moment, over the weekend, with all the planets changing again, I really lost my equilibrium to the point where I thought I was a Martian and nobody could understand a word I was saying. Yeah, beam me up, Scotty, was the feeling that I was having, because whatever I said and however I said it was either misconstrued or wasn't the real situation. I was just like, okay, it's time to go. So if you were feeling a bit the same, it's okay, because we've just gone through this massive shift again of planets changing around, going direct and all the rest of it. There's no numbers on this, is there? So let me just have a look. It's on chalices, water, sage. So would a sage be? I wonder if a sage would be. What? Let's have a look. It's not going to be the queen, is it? 2 orbs. Oh, this is orbs now. Oh, where have they put the? They haven't put them with the decks. Chariot. Say, oh, where are they? Yeah, so if you are feeling the same, it's okay. It's where we're supposed to be, I suppose. So it starts with ace and it goes through to the top number, 8, 9, 10. But there isn't like the king, queen. So where have they put that then? Seeker. 10 of flames. There's flames now. Let's go down here. So where have they got? That's the major arcana. Am I being a bit thick? Where's sage? That's crystals. It does say sage, doesn't it? Yeah, sage. But I cannot find it. Oh, just go make a cup of coffee and come back in a minute. Oh, no, the book's upside down. Where is the sage? Right, that's chalices, cups, suit. Does it just come into that? Whether resting still, a deep dark well, or bending and swirling over rocks in the stream, water in all its manifestation has one unifying aspect. It takes the form of whatever contains it. Yeah, and that's true. I've even done that where you you know, you can get a picture and put it underwater, leave the water over it for the night, and then freeze the water, and it will hold the image of the picture that was underneath it. Yeah, it's beautiful. There's works of art that's done with that. The chalice, or the chalices, are the containers, but the element, the water, is the representation of the emotion, the seductive lure of the psyche, and the illusionary nature of both contribute to our experience. This is this chalice full and overflowing with emotion, or is it lying broken on the ground, the water running away? This is the suit that speaks to many aspects of our emotional experience, and the range of that experience depicted in the state of the water in each key. It is reflective at times, elusive at others. It speaks of love in its heights and sadness in its lows. It's an endless seeking balance. But we still haven't found the sage. Oh, here we go, the sage. The sage is an ultimate female authority. However subtly and powerful she demonstrates her deep understanding of the suits, she represents some link of her as the great mother or matriarchal leader. So is this the queen then? Surely she has journeyed far on her path and has accomplished great inner experience, knowledge, knowing spirit. She has an impulsive ability to guide others, healing, teaching, and serving as a guide. The sage is a female counterpart to the master, the yin aspect of the yang. She is a queen, a priestess, a medicine woman, an earth mother. She offers all the archetypal figures of those roles, models of the feminine power, appearing at a time when we are moving into a great cycle of yin vibration. We know what that is. Age of Aquarius, being very feminine, and we're in it. We're we've gone past the birth canal. I think that baby's crowning now. As an expression of Gaia's rebirthing into her higher reflection. I think that's a confirmation card to say you're on the right path. You just need to do your homework, release, surrender. I didn't bring those cards. I think because it mentioned Gaia, I think we'll do Earth Magic next. They're leading on quite nicely, aren't they? I did also, I brought, because I thought we're going to be doing a lot of cooking. Christmas is coming. Goose is getting fat. So we're going to be handling foods. I have the potential of moving this the wrong way around, that's it. No, I still did it wrong. That's going to be interesting because I might put some the wrong way around. Well, meant to be. Yeah, we're going to be handling a lot of foods and a lot of herbs as well, aren't we? You know, I don't know what you put in your Christmas dinner or even in your curries that you make over Christmas, but there'll be herbs and spices, cinnamon for one. So I thought, no, it'd be quite good to actually have a look at herbs and what message there is with herbs coming forward. Right, could we please have a card for the collective for this full moon on the 4th of December in this 9-year 2025. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut the deck. You're gonna talk to me today? Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, 3. Fog, tsunami, river. So we've got veiled, wake up call, and movement. Veiled, wake up call, movement. What does that say to me? Take your veil off. Yes, it's going to be a wake up call. Move, act. So it's very much still on the same theme as these two. And what I said as the opening piece. Full moon. It's not saying that we're going to have a tsunami. It's saying that there needs to be a gathering of decisions on the full moon. A tsunami. Yeah. And then that one, fog, veiled. We've had some really misty mornings, haven't we? It's not, is it fog? I don't think it's, it could be fog, I suppose, freezing fog. And the sun lifts the veil. Is the veil thin at the moment? I think it probably still is. I know it was in October, but it probably still is a bit thin, in honesty. I'm sure there'll be somebody somewhere saying the veil is still thin. Okay, so the first one then was oh, that was unexpected. So I ended up losing power because my battery ran out, and in the time that it took for it to recharge, the dog had to go out, had builders turn up, my mother rang, I haven't rung her back yet, I'll do that in a minute. So I'm going to respray and start again on Magic Earth. We've already got the cards. I did start to read them. This is the second time that I've tried to complete this bit. So we're doing fog at the moment. Let's redo this part. So fog, fire, fairies. We have fog. Here we go. You can't make it up, can you? Fog, veiled. So fog is simply a low cloud, a blanket of water crystals that hasn't gained the destiny of raindrops. The thicker it is, the more it shrouds us in the damp and its billowy arms. It can be so thick that it can make it nearly impossible to see directly in front of us. During those times, silence makes its own sound. As we pause and allow ourselves to be enveloped in the shroud of its impenetrable density, we may even feel as if we can do nothing but be still and wait what is to be revealed. Yet even within the thickest fog, we can be assured that it will eventually burn off as the sun's rays infiltrate the veil. Once they do so, we can anticipate how the light and warmth will bring us back welcome relief from the cold. As the sun continues to disperse the fog, our surroundings become illuminated and we have an opportunity to continue onward. It's kind of where we're at, isn't it? Solar solstice is coming up, so we're in the darkest part of the year. It's a completion year. We're over the bridge. We just need to sit and pause and wait for Neptune to receive and help us act. Where are you enmeshed in? No, not where are you. Are you? No, it doesn't even say that. I'm completely blown from what's just happened. I didn't check to make sure that they shut the gate, actually. Let me just do that. Yeah, they did. That's good. They shut the gate. Because I just think all the turkeys will be out on the road otherwise. You are enmeshed in confusion and uncertainty and are unsure if it will ever clear. Are you? Is that how you feel at the moment? Enmeshed in confusion and uncertainty. I think as a globe, we kind of are, aren't we? Because we're worried about the climate, we're worried about power-hungry people. We're worried about the way the countries are being run and how we're going to feed ourselves. There is a lot of worry, actually, isn't there? A lot of confusion, a lot of uncertainty. This is not the best time to make decisions, particularly any major ones. Know that this foggy veil will eventually dissolve, although there may be ways that you are unconsciously contributing to this state. The greater truth, and we talked about truth, Mercury going retrograde or going direct is the truth. The greater truth is that this is simply a cycle and you are moving through. And like all things, this too shall pass. Yeah, that's what my aunt always says, this too shall pass. And it's true. You know, we've come through the Mercury retrograde. We're now going direct. We've got Neptune going direct as well. So all these planets are like, you know, moving forward. I think 2026 is going to feel like a bit of a tsunami. We'll find out. Although allow yourself to feel confused. In fact, decide to be confused. No matter what attempts you make right now to make things happen or move in any specific direction out of impatience or frustration, you will only create more confusion and uncertainty. Don't force it. And uncertainty. So be still and patient. Wait for the first glimmer of awareness to lift the veil so that you can see the choices before you more clearly and can then choose to align yourself with the will of spirit. Wow. Right, tsunami next. Where's that? I've just seen river. There it is. The wake-up call. One of the scariest and most destructive of all natural phenomena, along with volcanoes, earthquakes, hurricanes and tornadoes, a tsunami occurs with a large volume of water and is suddenly and rapidly displaced. It's triggered by an undersea disturbance, typically an earthquake or volcanic eruption, that causes a series of powerful waves to travel across the ocean and at speeds of up to 500 miles per hour. Yet on the open ocean, the height of these waves seems so small that they generally pass unnoticed. As these waves, collectively called a tsunami, get closer to the shoreline, their height increases enormously, even as their speed slows to 50 miles per hour. The distance between the waves, or the trough, can be considerable, taking 20 to 30 minutes from wave to wave. If the trough hits the land first, the water recedes rapidly and dramatically, followed within minutes by an enormous wave that initially comes as a surge. This receding is a clear sign of an impending tsunami. We cannot outrun the wave that follows, but we can avoid being swept up by the destruction by moving to higher ground. You are getting a wake-up call. It may be in the form of a significant loss or other dramatic event in your life, typically one that you were not prepared for initially. It's not nice, is it? You may feel stunned at first, surprised by the unexpected events that are occurring, yet you also know that it is a time to draw back the curtain of avoidance and denial and confront the truth that exists in the subtext of the event. Don't like the sound of that. You are experiencing a real life drama, so there's no need to amplify it amplify it more than it already is. Often when you look back after something like this has passed, you can recall signs that foreshadow it happening. There may have been obvious clues that you ignored, or omens that were so subtle that they were easy to dismiss as imaginings of the mind rather than the voice of your instinct. There are many anecdotes about animals operating purely on instinct, picking up on cues and naturally seeking higher ground before an approaching tsunami reaches the land. To negotiate this wake-up call, listen closely to your instincts, while at the same time seeking the higher ground of spiritual truth. We kind of need a card to cancel that, don't we, really? So the last one's River. So let's see what River has to say. River. Movement. It's told us to move, hasn't it? So the softening light from the sun falls upon this meandering river. The sparkles reflect the gentle movement taking place in the river's body. She moves easily around the curves and the rocks, sometimes gently, as portrayed in this card, and sometimes quite rapidly and intensely. I've just thought what that middle card might be. I'll come back to it in a minute. I'm getting a bit of feedback here. Still, the river's movement will always eventually land her in the bosom of the great grandmother ocean. Some of her water will evaporate along the way to feed the waters of the sky, just as it takes place in other bodies of water, and bless the land and the seas with replenishment in a perfectly natural cycle that helps the planet sustain itself. Water is our lifeblood, a nutrient more essential than food. The flow of water throughout our own bodies serves as a metaphor for how life itself flows through us and expresses as us. Did we have something else with water? We did, didn't we? Yeah, the Sage of Chalice. You know, water has got this wonderful memory as well. It remembers stuff. So when you talk, if you're having an argument with somebody and you've got your glass of water and you drink it, you're drinking the argument as well. I always say nice things in the bath when I'm having a bath. you know, because it's water, isn't it? And I thank the water for cleansing my body. I put salts in it to replenish my body. I drink water with salt because the water we drink is dead. I'm sorry. There's no skirting around it. Some of you might know that I had a water machine. I still have it. You know, I don't use it so much now, but we have to look after our water. And this has got a very watery theme, hasn't it? We'll see what the next cards are actually. Right, so fighting or blocking the flow to your life force can lead you to feeling spiritually void and disconnected from source. There's a lot of people like that. Still, there's a lot of people that's not, but there's a lot of people that still are. And I love it because they laugh at me. You ever had that when you say something that's a bit wacky to somebody that's not into this kind of stuff, and you just think, I'm the one that's having the last laugh, mate. I've seen it so many times. Yeah, life's happening to that person, not for that person always. When they start to say life has happened for me, then I know that the tide is turning. But when they say it's happening to them, kind of walk away. How does life happen to you? Fighting or blocking the flow of your life force can lead you to feeling spiritually void and disconnected from source. Just like the metaphor of the river, it does not work for force or fight this compelling movement. When you simply pay attention and observe the flow, it becomes easier to navigate your experiences and see what lies ahead, or at least get a sense of what is to come by the ever-changing geography that unfolds as you cruise along. Yeah, lift your oars up and let your boat float. Just take it in, enjoy the ride. Nobody wants to paddle upstream. I had a tissue earlier, but I don't know what I did with it. Your resilience. Yes, your resilience and how you show up, own it and claim it all. Your resilience is hampering your ability to make a choice in this matter. Surrender. I was talking about surrendering in a wood to a friend. We were saying it's not a good idea to do that. Well, I'm coughing at that. Okay. Your resistance. Oh, not resilience, your resistance. I've written resilience on there. Oh, it is resilience. Is hampering your ability to make a choice in this matter. Surrender to the movement of life. Be grateful and you will see the signs along the shore and in the river itself that offer you clues about what direction your egoless self is to be making. Go with the flow. I knew that was coming. Is more than a tribute aphorism here. It is essential that you do so now. Breathe, relax, and you will know. That's come at a good time for me. And actually, coughing, throat. I hope you could take something of that as well. But that was definitely something that I can look at. Okay, where are we now? Oh, I've got two. I've got both. I've got Queen. Okay, so I've got Queen Moon Oracle. I didn't even know I'd picked up two. Shall we do what? Oh, and then we've got that lovely deck as well. I want to do this one first. So let me see if I can just swap these over. If I put those back in there. So I did get the Herb Crafters Tarot out because I just thought all this cooking that we're going to do, and actually I just heard on the radio when I went into the kitchen earlier that this year's theme for Christmas is going to be very sort of 90s led, Ralph Lauren type theme. I have to say that's my Christmas every year. Lots of greens and reds. Yeah, lots of holly and ivy, quite traditional. And in that, I do have an awful lot of, oh, somebody's ringing me now, but we'll just wait a little while. I'll ring her back in a minute. I do have an awful lot of silvery glitzy things too, but yeah, the use of cinnamon at Christmas, the use of nutmeg, the curry spices, cranberries. It's a proper gathering within, isn't it? Oh, these are really slippery. Blimey. Yeah, hang on, I don't know what you're doing there, but that they felt like water. That was weird. Really slippery. Gosh. Okay. No, there's a couple that just poked out then, but they didn't really do anything. These are lovely cards. I haven't used these very much publicly, but I do like to use. I'm going to take that one because that's done that twice now. Okay. Yarrow, Ace of Air. We're in a air thing, aren't we? Not with Gemini in the full moon, but we are kind of in air. So Ace of Air. Oh, Yarrow. Does it go? How does it do it? Right, Ace. 9 of Air. Which way does it go? I can't remember now. That's fire. That's fire. 9. Let's go that way. That's water. That's air. That's fire. Catnip. What did it say? Did it say Ace? Yeah. Ace of Air. Got to find the aces. How does that work around 2? Ace. Ace of Earth. Ace of Air. Ace. Here it is. Got it. Took me a while, didn't it? Okay, so Yarrow. Don't fence me in. Discernment is necessary for survival. Know your wounds. We've gone back to the first card. Know your wounds. Identify your medicine. Wow. A wild bramble grows along a barbed wire fence in front of a dry field with a mountain in the distance. The hummingbird lands on its lifeless, thorn-laden stem. Not lifeless, leafless, thorn-laden stem. Several sword-like yarrow plants fill the base of the thicket. The feathery leaves bend with the warm summer breeze, and the crisp white flowers reach beyond the boundary. The first seeds of a new idea can be found just outside your front door. Take a fresh look, an ancient calling from spirit. Wow, this is quite cryptic. Take a fresh look at an ancient calling from spirit. Through it is a common weed, yarrow, often grows unnoticed. Inspiration is close, yet you may have overlooked it as ordinary or not valuable enough. This discernment and reasoning to see clearly. Use discernment and reasoning to see clearly. I can't read at the moment, clearly. it is important to positively identify yarrow because lookalikes can be deadly. Yeah, you don't want to eat hemlock. Set feelings aside and follow the truth. Start with what you already know. Seek vision from your ancestors. Crafting with the Ace of Air. The Latin name for yarrow comes from the myth of Achilles. Read his birth story, then journal the question, what is my Achilles heel? Wow, that has come back. This is pretty good actually. How is it keeping me from my destiny? We've all got one. What's yours? Cultivate discernment by learning to identify yarrow and its lookalikes. Craft a powder of dry. I'm not telling you to do this because I don't want anyone in hospital over Christmas. It's the wrong year for yarrow anyway for us. So craft a powder of dried yarrow leaves to stop bleeding. It is a magical practice to heal wounds that cut to the bone. Didn't know that. Self-heal. I knew they used that a lot. Right, so there's only one card from there, and that was yarrow. I love how these are all complementing each other. They're almost saying the same thing, aren't they? I think we'll finish these cards before we do the actual tarot card. We'll finish these ones. Oh, that's interesting. I might just take that because that was stuck in there. New moon in Taurus. Know your worth. What we 4th, 10th, 6 days. That's halfway between. We have got the new moon coming up, and by then we should be receiving and acting following Neptune. Right, let's see what that says. That's halfway. Neptune goes direct halfway between the full moon and the new moon. What is the new moon in? December, new moon. That's on the 20th. And it's got Sagittarius. I'm going to leave it at Sagittarius, but it's Sagittarius and Capricorn. Oh, that'll be a toughie. Sagittarius and Capricorn. Capricorn's my opposite sign because I'm Cancer. 20th of December. That's a Saturday, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. We'll wait. We'll wait until we get to there. But I think that might have some revelation. That might have this tsunami talk and the river talk. That might have something to do with that actually. New moon. Did one of them have a new moon? Full moon. Okay, so new moon in Taurus, which that isn't, but it's what we've got. So new moon in Taurus. Get on with it, Marshall. New moon in Taurus. Lots of distractions today. New moon in Aquarius. Back one. Forward. Aquarius, Taurus, Pisces. Aquarius. I'll get there eventually. There we go. Right, have you noticed I haven't needed my torch today? It's quite good, isn't it? So, know your worth. You are on the right track. Am I? Because I've asked that question of you. Am I on the right track? Am I on the right path? Do I need to do anything else? But you need to go steady. Not quite in my vocabulary, is it in yours? Knowing that you're worthy of your desires is crucial here. Opportunities open up when you believe in yourself. Dig deep and move past negative comments from others. Move past them. No matter what happened in the past. Yeah, this goes back to that song. I'm going to put the link of the song in this. If you're aiming to manifest something for the good of everyone concerned, you can do it. Good self-esteem will also boost your manifestation powers. So love yourself more, know your own worth, and others will too. Yeah, validation, guys, starts with you. If you validate yourself, others will validate you. If you give yourself away, if you overshare, if you just look for the lack, so will other people. Think about the people that you aspire to. Do you think they do that? They probably do, but do you think they do outwardly? No, I don't think they would. Yeah, self-esteem will boost your manifestation powers. So love yourself more, know your worth, and others will too. Be true to your values. Manifestation focus. This card is especially good sign for matters relating to property, possessions, sensuality, love, self-belief, and self-worth. Manifestation mindset. Acknowledge and make a list of your best traits. If you find that hard to do, ask a friend to tell you what's great about you. Yeah, because sometimes you just need to hear it, don't you? Manifestation tips to boost your self-worth. Call on Archangel Chamuel, who helps you to find anything you need and brings spiritual illumination. Connect to Venus. Well, Venus has gone to the underworld. Sorry, but she has. So she's gone for a little, I don't know, how would you describe it? She's putting a little bit of love into the underworld at the moment. She'll be back. Oh yeah, it's going on to that. Right, okay. So connect to Venus. She might find you in the underworld and pull you up. Thought of that? The planet of love and abundance that guides Taurus. So place a picture of Aphrodite on your altar. Draw in Venus energy. Hold this card to your heart chakra and feel Aphrodite's beautiful and loving energy. And say as an affirmation, I deserve to manifest. God, we could end it on just that, couldn't we? Yeah. Yeah, that's lovely. I love that. Okay, so one more moon card. That's good. They only gave us one moon card, so that's easy for us, because hopefully we've probably done an hour, because this is in two halves for me now. I didn't look to see how long we've been going before the camera died on me, or the phone died on me. Queen of the Oracle, Moon Oracle, Stacey DeMarco, and the other one was Moonology, Yasmin Boland. Oh, did I say what that one was? Herb Crafters Tarot, written by Letitia Guthrie. Lovely little cards they are. Okay, so Queen of the Moon Oracle. This is our final oracle card before I pull a tarot card to complete our lovely final supermoon and final new full moon in 2025. Actually, a Gemini moon this is. Okay, I'm going to take that one. Peace. Waning crescent. 28. 28, but 8 9, 10 is a 1. So we're going to have peace in 2026. There's a lot of timelines out there at the moment, but if you're doing your work, you'll be on a peace timeline for 2026. Does that make sense? That's really exciting. What a blinding reading this has been today. There we go. So let's put her there. So 28 peace. But 8 plus 2 is 10. Take away the 0 is 1. And we are 1 year next year. 28. Nearly had her then. There we are. Crescent 5. Peace. Because we could all do with a little bit of peace, couldn't we? Peace of mind is one of the greatest gifts that we can give ourselves. Refuse drama and do not freely engage with people who use drama as a weapon. Stop fighting. Allow yourself to rest for a while. When we let what we no longer need go, we make room for peace. Let's just savour those words, because I've had this conversation with a good friend this week. What's the other saying? This too shall pass, but everything is working out for me. How often do you say that to yourself? I choose to create and hold peace. I allow this to ripple out into the world. Oh yes, please. We could all do that. Sunday night, 7 o'clock, meditate. I choose to create and hold peace. I allow this to ripple out into the world. For 2026, we want peace. Thank you. We are an anxious bunch, are we? Us modern folk, we are constantly stimulated or not stimulated enough. We find it hard to sleep. Insomnia is at record levels. Yeah, I didn't sleep too well last night. In the Western world, it's at a record level. And for some, we self-medicate with foods, devices, drama, and work. We seek peace, but we don't know how to go about it particularly well. Peace can begin with a series of decisions we make. For example, we can decide we can't control everything. Shock. It says shock. The ancient Greek stories had a great strategy here, advising a split of your issues into I cannot control this and I have no control over this. Think about the most pressing and worrying issues you have right now, or the situations that are giving you the most sleepless nights. Then break them down into pieces and place them under the correct heading. Be honest and discerning. What you will find is that most of your situations or issues are under the second heading. I have no control over this. Be on second heading. The Stoics advise that things listened. The Stoics advise that the things listed there deserve no more of your attention because they are actually out of your control. Wow. However, the things under I can control this are important, and you must action these to the best of your ability. These are those things that you will influence and where you will glean the most change. I got a little star flash as I was reading that. So let me just read that again. However, the things under I can control this are important, and you must action these to be the best of your ability. These are the things that you will influence and where you will glean the most change. While this seems a simple system, I promise you it will give you far less to worry about and instantly more peace. We can be more focused and mindful about what we are doing in real time. We can place ourselves deliberately in sessions in quiet, beautiful and peaceful environments. We can learn that for us, we can learn what for us brings our body rest and peace. We can choose not to we can choose to not do the head miles of worry. Worry is, after all, chewing gum for the mind. Worry is, after all, chewing gum for the mind. Not really nutritious in any way, but something to do. I like that. When we let go of what we no longer really need, peace floods in, taking up this old space and healing it. Companion stone or metal, amethyst. And again, I was just having a conversation, with somebody about the possibility of decorating a room amethyst colour. Dum, dum, dum. How many of you got that? I've tried to do our bedroom in an amethyst colour. It kind of did it, but... And I was given, somebody went on holiday and came back with a beautiful stone, which is called ametrine, which is half amethyst and half citrine. It's a lovely stone. Yeah, that's opened my eyes to the possibility of what that stone can do. Right, our last card of the day for this reading tarot Waite Rider deck. So, is that upside down? Oh, they might all be a little bit higgledy-piggledy. We'll just go with what we've got. So I don't think I cleansed these, actually. I mean, they've been cleansed in sage, but I haven't cleansed the suits into their suits. So we'll have to see what we get. Oh, here we go. We got two. And they're upside down. Up, up, up. Up, up, up. Come on, darlings. Let's sit you up. Just for a little bit longer. Okay, so we've got... Oh, should we do it that way? 5, 6. We've got the 7 of Pentacles and we've got the 5 of Pentacles. That's money. Money, honey. Right. 5 of Pentacles upside down. This is collective. 5 of Pentacles upside down. No, not 5, 7. Get it right. 7 of Pentacles reversed. You are experiencing disappointment or failure in some enterprise. Financial difficulties, usually the result of an unwise investment or a loan unpaid, may be causing concern. It's time to adjust your attitudes about how you use money and how you yourself are responsible. So the 7 of Pentacles indicates receiving the benefits that are due to you, and you have earned by your own hard work. Like the farmer harvesting crops that have been nurtured through bad weathers, you are reaping what you've sown. The harvest may still be a ways off, however, so keep tending your fields. You are experiencing disappointment or failure. Well, farming wise, it's been a shocker of a year, hasn't it? So this is an ode for all the farmers out there. What does it actually say that we've got to do? It might be in this other card, actually, because That is a hardship card, but it's reversed, so that might give us some good luck. It's a time to adjust your attitudes about how you use your money and how you yourself are responsible. Come on, farmers. Just close the door, not on farming, close the door on the irritant to farming and do your own thing. You can do it. 5 upside down. Okay, so 5 of Pentacles. All of the Pentacles, this is the only one with a basic negative connotation when it's upright, I have to add. It suggests financial losses, business problems and material lack. It can also indicate that spiritual bankruptcy is at the root of the unfavourable condition. Yeah, because we really have lost our connection with land, haven't we? And everything that's around land. It can also indicate that spiritual bankruptcy, in some instances, this card can show that your priorities are spiritual, not financial or worldly. Upside down, you are being advised to get your house in order financially. Cut your losses any way you can to avoid further deterioration of your finances. If you are in debt, which you probably are, focus on getting it cleared out. Be extremely careful of any future investments. Don't take risks at this time. Okay, I might just go for another card as a completion card. That feels to me like it's a message. It's a message for somebody. You might need to listen to that over a couple of times. I might listen to it again, actually, because I think there's a message in there. Right, okay, so one more card to end our lovely reading on this full moon reading. Now, that popped up. What is it? Okay, I'm going to put that on there as well. And it's also upside down. This is intended for someone. Do you see how they fell down at the same time? I don't know who that's intended for, but if you want any clarity on it, you can come back to me. Oh, wave of emotions going over me now. That's, yeah, somebody's in a pickle. One card, darlings. Can you give me one card? Thank you. Well, there could have been 2. The Hanged. It's upside down again. Is the whole deck upside down? No. Hanged Man upside down. I think, oh, he looks different. That's because he's upside down. Shall we just do that one first? Whew. Swords. So 3 of Swords usually means something not very nice in a relationship, but it's upside down. So reversed, you are not allowing yourself rest and recuperation that you need, and if you continue this, you could make yourself ill. You need a period of calm and quiet in the wake of the major disruption. Refusing to take time to recuperate both mentally and emotionally will only worsen the situation. So whoever that message is for, look, it's almost like they fell down so it could be seen. It's deep pain, I can feel it. Whoever it's for, it's really deep pain. I'm sorry, lovely. Right, so this is the card that we've got to complete today, and it's the Hanged Man upside down, which is Major Arcana. So when it's the right way round, let me read it. So the Hanged Man is tantalising figure, usually a male, hanging upside down by one leg. In the Waite deck, the Hanged Man hangs from a tree. Interpretation. Many writers see the Hanged Man as a card of self-sacrifice and martyrdom, but others view this tantalising card as a voluntary surrender. It can be both, can't it, really? Depends what side of the coin you're sitting on, really. It may require giving up a superficial pleasure and trivial activities to pursue a more spiritual way of life. The word sacrifice. The word sacrifice derives from the Latin word sacrifice, which means to make sacred. Therefore, the Hanged Man may represent a spiritual sacred pursuit. Right, so he's upside down. You are at a crossroads, but yeah, well, we are at a crossroads, aren't we? But are at a standstill because you're stuck on the material plane and neglecting your spiritual development globally. Denying your real needs could be causing depression, dissatisfaction and apathy. Just think of that in a global sense, or even just in a UK sense, actually. You feel that any effort will be futile. This is because you are not being true to your inner self. You may be sacrificing yourself because of a martyr complex or indecision. It's time to end such behaviour and commit yourself to a worthwhile goal that will lead to your higher good, even if it means turning your world upside down. It's time to end such behaviour and commit yourself to a worthwhile goal that will lead to your higher good, even if it means turning your world upside down. That's it for today, folks. Thank you for listening. I hope, oh gosh, it might have been a long one again. I'll have a look and see.